I'm Miriam, co-founder and COO of Keto Chow.
I'm Chris, also a co-founder, president, and the technical guy behind Keto Chow. If you're brand new to Keto Chow, it's a nutritionally complete meal designed to make keto easy. We also have some electrolyte supplements that are amazing for everyday use and for keeping the dreaded keto flu away.
Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the little bell icon for daily updates on all our Keto Chow happenings. These live streams help us be accountable and stay on track. We love having you with us on our journey, so thanks for joining us.
Yeah. We actually started totally on time today.
Totally moly.
Totally. Yeah. And the microphone's working.
Hey, good job.
Yay.
That's amazing.
All right, so Sarah says, I forgot it's Tuesday. I'll be here for the live. Well, welcome, Sarah. Mary Lou says, hello, everyone. I hope you're all having a good holiday. Dennis says, good vibes. Kim says, good evening,
vibes.
everyone. Emily says, hi, everyone. Lori says, hey, friends. Lori, did you see I created that account you wanted? Yeah.
Yeah.
Renee says, hey, bears. Sonny says, good evening, everyone. Hungry He says, hey, yo.
Hey, yo.
Shelly says, hey, everybody. Kim says, good evening, everyone. Jen says, good evening, everyone. Lynette says, hi, everyone.
Hi, Lynette.
Amy says, good evening, Keto Chow family. Nan says, hello, y'all.
Hello.
Sarah says, hi, everyone. Parrot Renee says, hey, Heath. Lori says, thanks, Chris. So, in honor of Heath, we are strictly carnivore today.
Yeah. We're eating
fasting.
nothing, actually.
I'm eating this right here.
I am, too.
Wait. Weirdo. Anyway, let's see. Lately, Blake says, first time catching y'all live all week. Work is keeping end of year crazy. Oh, yeah. Because, we've got end of year inventory that we have to do.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to paying taxes on that. Let's see. Sonia says, hi, all. Maureen says, hello, all. Stephanie says, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Bear.
Hey,
click the like button
Steph.
for you. Hey, thanks.
Thank you.
So, what is the flavor of the week?
The flavors
this week?
of the week is every regular single meal.
That's right.
The little individual baggies, except for the limited editions. That's why.
Yeah, check that out. There's a whole bunch of them.
Okay.
So you can either get the sweet ones, you can get the savory ones. Yeah, it's everything except for the s'mores, pistachio,
Scroll
and apple
down
pie.
again. Are you sharing?
I
That's
am.
the big bags.
Those are the big bags.
Whoopsie.
That's true.
We should change those.
But, yeah.
So it's not the big bags that are on sale. It's
No, the big bags are not on sale.
It's the little ones.
Now, a couple people said, but pistachio isn't a limited edition anymore. The large bags of pistachio are here.
That's true,
we
yes.
don't yet have the new stock of the sample size, the individual ones of pistachio. We only have the original run.
So that's limited until we get more. Because if we put it on sale, it'll be gone.
I was about to say, which should be later this month. Oh, yeah, it's not.
This month is
It's
over.
not January yet.
We're so close. What are you guys going to do for New Year's? And I hope you're going to do the reset with us next week.
Yes, that's what we're going to talk about next. But
okay.
Let's see, for New Year's, are we just hanging out and playing games, right?
I don't think there's plans yet. I think I just want to take a nap, maybe.
We've gotten that old.
I don't know. You can't ask me that today. I'm feeling a little hungry.
I remember as a kid thinking, man, these old people, why would they not want to stay up for New Year's? And then
We got some cool games for Christmas. The kids did, so we should play those.
I remember 5 years ago, we didn't have any children that were, well, I guess it was longer than 5 years ago. We didn't have any children that were old enough that they wanted to stay up. And I remember I think my phone dinged at midnight and we woke up.
Give me a kiss.
And went back to... Let's see. Paradise says, super long day. Lisa says, hey, guys, here for a minute. Picking up my son from work. Okay. From your work or his work?
Somebody's work.
Somebody's got work. Well, at least he has work, right?
Yeah, and that's kind of you to give him a ride.
That is nice. Sean says, hi, all. Good evening.
Even though kids may not say that. So
yeah, you appreciate it for him?
I appreciate it for him.
Well... I didn't know I had to ask you to pick me up from so and so's house. I thought you would just do it.
I will do it, but I need to know, and you need to say please and thank you. And if I send you something to college, you say thank you for the package because that's polite.
and you call your mom every week. Stephanie says, starting my Keto Chow challenge tomorrow, but Monday's dinner has got to be meaty for Mr. Heath.
Hey, I think that's wise.
Karen says, traveling home from vacation in Florida, listening to you. You both are great.
Oh, yay. Hi, Karen. Be safe on your drive, okay?
Kelly says, I love this. Maitreya says, hi, everyone. Hi, Maitreya. Let's see. Pat Renee says, Miriam, I like your lipstick.
Oh, thank you. I just put it on.
You LOL so pretty today. I think she means look.
You laugh so pretty today.
Ladybug says, my foam roller came today.
Did
nice.
you get the pink one? No, I didn't think she wanted.
I think my foam roller's at the office.
The pink text. Is it?
Yeah, I think both of them are at the office.
No, mine's here.
Oh, is it? Sure. Oh, there it is. Yeah, mine's at the office.
We still haven't opened it. Although, you guys are going to be so proud of me. First of all, I'm wearing leggings right now because I just did a workout video by myself. I'm so amazing.
Okay.
You're so awesome.
You're so awesome.
Okay, this is the foam roller that we linked to that we still have to open that we're going to use next week.
I'm going to use my own now.
Do you want to put the link in or not?
You're
not going to use the
Not right
one?
now. I want to catch up on comments.
Fine.
Shelly says, hey, everyone. Stephanie says, oh my gosh, you're all still babies.
We are babies.
I'm 43.
Oh.
What the heck? Renee says, I'm anxious to see what Times Square is going to look like with no folks. I don't know. I think there are going to be plenty of people.
I bet there will be. They'll just all be masked.
Right
Shauna
next
says,
to each other. I just had to eradicate an ant army. Hate it when it gets cold here.
No!
Okay, so it's his work that Lisa's going to.
Yeah.
Emily says, silly question. When you put in an order, can you specifically state or choose which way you want your order delivered?
Yes, you can.
For example, can I specifically say I want my order delivered via USPS? So the free shipping,
that's it.
which is typically ground, that typically goes out via UPS ground. But other than that, you can choose which option you want for it to ship, and we will respect that. Now, if we notice that it might go a cheaper way via like UPS or something like that,
we'll usually message you and say, hey, we found like $3 savings if you do this. Do you want us to change it? But if you don't reply, we'll just send it out the way you selected it. So we realize that some people like it the right way, and
the classic example was there. Well, there are a couple people who like, if you ship it UPS, it will get here. If you ship it the postal service, they refuse to deliver to my house. It's like, what?
Well, and because your house is in a weird spot, or you have an apartment that's like a basement that's around the corner, and they just always mess up. So we totally understand that because we've been doing that for years. So yeah. And if you have a question, like if you put it on there and you can see that it's going to cost less the other way, write a note in there. So, keep it at the, USPS or whatever, UPS. And for the most part, like, we really do a good job of keeping it the way you chose.
Lisa says, this is true, Chris. He works at Meijer. Stephanie says, LOL, only going to be the cameraman at Times Square. No, there's going to be the presenter and a bunch of other people. It depends on if they have police barricades to keep other people out.
Yeah.
Sonia says they have 8.5 inches of snow so far.
Oh my
Came to bed early.
I want that snow.
That's like, turn on the electric blanket and go to bed.
Yeah, I'm freezing today. But our snow is like gone.
Yeah, it's down to about 1/8 of an inch right now.
Yeah.
TC's Life says, hello all.
Hey.
5 inches of snow on the ground. Just started freezing in rain, turning back into snow during the night. I don't want to get up.
Yeah, it's funny. We went to, where did we go? Kansas City? Oh, yes, it was without you. When I went to Kansas City where I met Nurse Cindy and Adam Malley, we saw like freezing rain. And
we saw that when we went to Kansas City. No,
next year?
To Omaha.
Oh,
we saw it at Omaha, and poor Joe
that
and
was
Rachel.
Freaky.
They came in from Florida and had to drive through that.
It was freaky.
Renee says, "Dang, I didn't mean LOL." Dreadmill thumbs. Shauna says, "I think I will sous vide a ribeye each Monday in honor of our friend Heath."
I think you should.
That's a good idea.
I think
Stephanie says, "Yes." Then put my foot down and not going to snack. And stay true to Keto Chow Challenge if I have to lay in bed and cry
and then you
while going through
message
detoxes.
me and say, tell me no. And I'll be like, no, you can do this. I believe in you. Yes, take a bath.
Melody says, thanks for the Christmas card. It means a lot to know you guys care enough about your customers to send them.
Oh, awesome.
That was a lot of work to put together. It was one of those things that was like, oh yeah, we should probably do a Christmas card. Well, when should we do it? Today.
Like right now.
Yeah.
We should start our Christmas card for next year.
Heath is semi-listening as I try to post a new recipe video on my YouTube.
Oh, yes. That's hard work.
Heather says, hello, good to see you. Laylee got the black roller because she didn't want to pay the pink tax. Emily
like
got the
$10,
pink
actually.
one, and she paid the pink tax.
Me and you.
Lori says, you look great for having just worked out. Well, she did fix her makeup over there.
Yeah, I did. I didn't fix my hair. I didn't care.
Lisa said that I made my first Keto Chow for tomorrow. Can't wait to use it. I've only used it so far to make Joe's chili and the Keto Chow biscuits. Oh, nice. Speaking of recipes...
Speaking of recipes...
if you go to the recipe page, this is interesting.
We changed it. It's all weird now.
It's now showing every single post until you filter it. So if you select like eggnog, boom, there's all the eggnog recipes.
Well, and it's weirdly down the center. I don't know why it's doing
that. That is a formatting issue. If you hit refresh, they work.
I don't know.
Anyway,
okay. So now the eggnog is working.
Yeah, so the search engine that was powering the site was having all kinds of problems. It wasn't
loading the recipes forever, and so we were like, fine, we changed it, and now it's still not perfect, but it's better. At least it works.
What the heck? George just said, pew, pew, pew.
Pew, pew, pew.
You've got this. Yeah, you're not doing it right.
Pew, 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 pew.
Okay. Shannon says I just finished my day 3 of the reset workouts. Thanks for sharing.
Yay.
You started early.
Them?
And we're going to start on the 4th.
On the 4th. But our kids said they'll do it, so that's good. So we'll have yoga mats all over the house.
He says, thank you all for the love. Saskia says, LOL 43, old fart.
Yeah.
Stephanie says, I'm over the hill. The sun is setting over here while the sun is rising. John says, 43. I almost remember those days.
It's crazy. We were talking today in the office. I'm like, 40-year-old man, why is that negative? You're like, in the prime of life. You've learned a lot. You might have a little bit of money. Your kids are going to be graduating and stuff.
Maybe. It depends on how early you started.
Maybe, if you started at 20, right?
Yeah.
So you're kind of free and healthy enough that you can do things, right? Don't you think that's good?
Shelly's got it. She says, I'm holding on to 42 for a few more days. I had a friend who said, I am celebrating my 15th birthday, just like I do every year.
That's funny.
Renee says, this morning on my drive to work, there was a huge moon on my left and sunrise glowing on my right, going over the water. So cool.
So pretty. So, Shelly, you're 78, 1978. Is that when you were born?
Must be, yeah. Right in between us.
Yeah.
Let's see. Lisa says, that sounds beautiful. Shauna says, this summer I celebrated the 34th anniversary of my 29th birthday.
Perfect.
There you
go. I still can't believe it.
George says, what's snow? Asking for Miami.
Oh, man.
Snow is what...
You just sit outside and enjoy the sun, would you?
Yeah. It actually was pretty sunny today. It was cold, though. I was expecting the snow to melt. Anywhere that the sun was shining, it did. Anywhere else, it did not.
Yeah, in our driveway, it didn't, of course. So I was feeling particularly dumb today because I got the little, make my car start thing, and I keep doing it out of the window before I leave work, and then I get down to my car, and it's not on.
Oh, and you have to lock it and then do it.
I know. I do it. It makes the lights go on.
Huh.
2 days in a row I've done it. I'm like, dang it, stupid. So then I stand outside my car and I'm like, am I doing it right? Yes, it turned on. Perfect. Now I get in it and drive away and it's not warm.
Well, it's the principle of the matter.
I need to know that I can do it so that when I'm in my window looking out down, I can get it right. So, yeah, I'm feeling particularly dumb.
Maitreya says, I'm in agreement and I'm actually in bed with the heated mattress pad turned on high.
I think that's a good idea.
Stephanie says, LOL, I'll be living in the bath. Heather says the card was so sweet.
Oh,
nice.
Yay.
Carol said, I made it.
Hey, Carol.
Renee says, I've got my AC on 74. Still not that cold here. Okay. Ooh. That's what Texas for you, man.
I wish it was 74 here.
Shauna says, I'm not ready for a roller yet. Still can't get up off the floor with my bad hands and shoulders.
And
okay, you know what? That sounds like enough of a workout right there. Heather says, I have my husband promising to try it. He liked the chocolate peanut butter, so at least we're on the right path.
Just stick with chocolate peanut butter. Be like, you can have this one every day, anytime you want. I'll make it into ice cream for you. We got
Shauna
this.
says, formatting issue. I thought you got a guy. Well, yeah, we do have a guy.
We have a guy, but Chris has to let him do the things.
And my phone was not on vibrate. Now it is.
Yeah,
well, I think he kept forgetting that was like a big priority. And finally, I'm just like, you know what?
I'll just do it.
Let's make this a priority.
Well, and the thing was, you guys met about it and talked about it, but I don't think it was the now make it an action item, do it thing.
Well, because there's so much stuff that keeps on happening. And it's like, I'm glad that we have more people to deal with all of it.
Yes. Speaking of mess ups.
Okay.
Do you want to speak of mess ups? So
sure.
We messed up the reset bundle and we fixed it before any of the orders went out. So if you got the reset bundle or kit, the reset kit, you would have got extra.
3 chocolates.
You would have got extra because the first picture was wrong.
Yes.
So we just gave you the extra that are the correct ones.
We gave people what they ordered
and
along with what they were supposed to have.
Because we did it wrong. So now it's correct. So if you do buy the reset kit, you will be getting the right flavors stuff that are in the book. We also messed up on the book. So
yep, there was a problem with the book.
So is today, did you fix it?
Yes, I uploaded it.
So if you already downloaded it, there is only a couple changes. There's a couple things we messed up on the shopping list, and there's one recipe we left out.
It was on day 3, right?
Or day 6, maybe?
It was the meat one. Braised chuck roast.
That's not the
that's
new
not it?
one. That's the old one.
This is the old, because I just uploaded this file.
That needs to maybe clear the cache.
I did.
Because the new one it's different. It's like,
all right,
it's
well,
like this.
It's like what? The braised...
The tartar sauce, and the tartar sauce is right here. And then the braised beef is here, and then the missing recipe was underneath.
Let's see. Ba-ba-bum.
There, braised chuck roast. So that, the avocado got put onto the other page, and the tartar sauce is like this. And the chuck roast is like this. Oh man!
Let me see if they
sent you the right one.
So I'm not sharing anymore. Let me see if they sent me the right one.
Well, I promise we try not to make mistakes all day.
The problem is
long.
the Maitreya already printed it out and bound it.
Did she? Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, I think that she did.
Well, it's really only one mess up, so you can just
Let's see. Here we go.
That's the new one.
This is the one straight off of Slack.
Yeah, see? The braised chuck roast is there. The tartar sauce is over there.
What's the deal then?
Well, because it's a different... Well, that's a different link.
No,
You did it to
I overwrote the actual file in the file system.
Can I eat that, whatever that thing is that's under the tartar sauce?
No, you're fasting right now.
But I want it.
Well, too bad.
It's like a tuna patty.
Okay, so he says, Shelly says we still use our chili pad on the coldest setting. He says we split a Keto Chow mocha tonight, a shake for me and a hot drink for the warden.
Nice, the warden.
Shelly says my Keto Chow order says it won't be here until the 4th.
Oh, no,
wow, is it going ground?
Sorry.
Shannon says I love the workouts. Lisa says it's hard to find the Keto Chow drop biscuits on your site. I had to go through hoops. So let me show you.
Sorry, it's because the recipe site's been wacky, and I'm sorry about that. Wacky.
So
we'll fix the braised.
If you go to recipes and more, and then recipes, scroll. Let's see. I'll just try drop.
Get it to load. There it is.
There's the drop biscuits.
Kind of weird that.
Well, and it's because it's finding everything on the site that has.
So it just takes a minute.
Yeah. Well. Or you can choose a Keto Chow flavor.
Which would be chicken, right?
Yeah, it's savory chicken soup. So here it is.
So you always go to look under chicken, but it's actually savory.
And then for whatever reason...
You gotta make those tamales.
So there's the drop biscuits right there. Yeah. So.
Excuse
Miriam
me.
sneezed.
I had to sneeze. Speaking of the drop biscuits.
What?
On our friends 2KK family Facebook group today, Becky made hot dogs with drop biscuits around it in her air fryer.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Right? Why have we not done that yet?
So Tay says, I got no alert to this live today. Had to be told by everyone where everyone went.
Oh, sorry.
I did schedule it correctly in YouTube, though.
Maybe.
No, I made sure. Too Crazy Keto says, hey, everyone. But
Hey.
you have to tell us whether you're Joe or Rachel. We never know.
So, Shelly, you and I are the same age.
Okay.
You're a year older than me. And a year younger than Chris. Chris is older than
I am
you.
so old.
He's the oldest.
Stephanie says we were supposed to have winter mix Thursday night. Yep, being Texas. Now it's just going to rain.
Isn't rain beautiful, though? And I think it's probably perspective. Because we don't get a lot of rain. And so maybe that's why we like rain so much.
Yeah.
Because we grow up and we're like, can we please
Well,
have
we
some
live in a
rain?
desert. It's.
We just want some rain.
I think it's actually drier here than it is in Nevada. But that's
Right,
just
it's about
because
the same,
Nevada
it
has
seems
the Sierra Nevada. Jerry says, evening Chris and Miriam just had a huge bowl, one shake worth, of apple pie keto chow. Man, it was like melted ice cream. I think
Ooh.
Haley got my apple pie that was at work today.
She did. She's super happy. She totally did.
Too Crazy Keto says it warmed up here. It was 80 today. He says, I have the AC set on 72 because Texas.
Yeah.
Stephanie says, Jimmy put on AC earlier. He'll be leaving for work the next hour, and then he will be going back on. Joshua says, Doof for the win. Yeah, Doofenshmirtz Evil Incorporated.
Doof. Mm-hmm.
I don't have it turned on, but I've also got the Doofenshmirtz Evil is carpeted as a ringtone, and the fully operational Death Star.
I used to have squirrels in my pants as my ringtone, but it starts with a scream. And
There's
that
squirrels in my
freaks
pants.
people out.
It does.
And so I'm like, oh, I can't have it start with a scream. So I turned that off.
Dennis says, Joe and Rachel are in the house. Chris says, hey, Chris and Miriam. Chris with 2 S's here. Welcome.
Hey, Chris!
Stephanie says, maybe I'm not south enough because I stay cold in the middle of Texas. Yeah. Saskia says, did the shopping list get edited? Yes, it
Yes,
did.
the shopping list got edited. And you're just not sure if you uploaded it properly because
I
the link
uploaded
you
it.
just did.
It must be a caching thing because I totally uploaded
Yep, so
it.
that was what we edited was the one beef recipe we forgot about, and then the shopping list was missing ingredients.
Maitreya says, no, I haven't done it.
There, now you may do
Patty
it.
says, just joining. Hi all. Oh, this changed. Okay. Shauna says, seizure time. Chris Jones is saying hi to Shauna. Linda
Seizure
says,
time is not good time.
no.
That's scary. Are you okay? Is your person okay?
I don't know. Linda says, it was a beautiful card.
Thank
Sonia
you.
says, I printed it also, but it's easy enough to just reprint that page.
Yep.
And I use the 3-ring binder. Paranay says, I always hear Beastie Boys drop when I hear drop biscuits. Let's see. Oh, they say bless you because you sneezed.
Thank you.
Shauna says, I don't like making resolutions, but I'm going to try a fish dish once or twice a month.
Oh, that's a good idea.
My resolution is 3840 by 2160.
That's nerdy.
Well, you don't want me to go to 8K. 4K is good enough. Linda says, stocking up to eat Keto Chow at the beginning of the year. Did the experiment of Kirtland versus Kerrygold show any difference?
We have the results,
We
but
have the
we
results.
haven't got them all written down.
Dave Feldman is planning on having me come on his Monday morning whatever thing.
This Monday?
This coming Monday, and we're
Okay.
going to go over the analysis of it.
Okay, cool.
So,
I noticed there were some red numbers on me.
yeah. Well, the thing is, Boston Heart always they say red numbers if your cholesterol is too high. So,
Well, that's a surprise there.
Maitreya says, my spouse and I haven't decided which binding style. For some reason, that's a hard decision. Okay. Renee says, oh no, not my jam. I've never been a boy band fan. the Hanson brothers. He says, I got a 30-minute alert for this live. Yeah, that we were planning on going
we
live.
do that too.
Stephanie says, I did a bad thing. Thankfully, I had help, but made the lemon crinkle cookies with lemon keto chow last night. I made smaller cookies, got 22. Yeah, they were all gone by 2 a.m.
Dang it. You gotta
That's
put those
awesome.
in the freezer. You
Yeah.
gotta make them and then put them in the freezer. Just do it. I believe in you.
Renee says, I used to have a foreign dude screaming about 7-Eleven and a Slurpee. Had to change it, that when she was in Saudi. They weren't amused.
Oh, yeah.
Ladlebug says, the Star Trek hailing frequency is my text alert. Oh, the
I have
bosun
that
whistle?
too. Didn't I have that?
I had it for a while, but it bugged people to death. And then for a while, I actually had an old-timey bosun whistle as well.
That was cool.
That was cool.
I have a ding-dong. I actually haven't changed my ringtone since I've got this new phone. How many months ago? 5 months ago? 3 months ago?
Saskia said she used to have a slasher film scream for every notification. It was fantastic.
Oh my gosh.
Shauna says, no, I'm good. He was flipping out through the pages, making me dizzy. Okay, yes. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
Rion said, I just jumped on. Thank you for all you do. Hey, thank you. Stephanie says, if they work, I'll let you know. Oh, okay. The pork rhymes. Yeah, there you go. Mm-hmm. Troy says, working on an order now. Okay, well, don't work too hard. Stephanie says, I'm willing to be the lab rat. We'll try it tonight after Jimmy leaves.
Do it.
He says, I know I probably mentioned it before, but I'm so happy that the ear, nose, and throat doctor said the hearing aid will, in fact, help my deaf ear.
Yay, that's so great.
Mike's leaving for a church meeting in 5 minutes. Just wanted to say hi. Have a great stream. Good night, all. And Mike, did you notice that I fixed the recipe page? Anyway.
It's still weird, but it's better.
Shauna has the theme from Charlie Brown, which is not a Christmas song.
Hey, everybody has their own opinion.
Yeah, okay. Well, Joe hasn't changed his ringtone in 6 years, if that is Joe. What else do we want to talk about? So with the reset kit, we talked about that. We're going to be starting on the 4th.
Yes, so I hope that everybody will join us.
Yep.
And post about it. And I want to see all those headbands of awesomeness on your heads.
Okay. So, let's see. We had a question on our site about whether or not you can use the rewards program and the military discount at the same time. So both of those codes go in to the same spot. Mm-hmm. So the rewards program and the military discount, they both go, you have to put them into the correct box, mm-hmm. which is the shopping cart.
Yes.
On the shopping cart, not on the checkout page. Because they both go in as a discount code, mm-hmm. you can't use the GovX discount as well as the...
and that's a bummer, huh?
Yeah, there's just no way to do it. Shopify, the platform that we use, it does not allow multiple coupons to be used at the same time. This is a well-known, huge problem for it. There are actually a couple of apps out there that allow you to use multiple coupons, but they don't work very well and they cause all kinds of problems. So you can't use your rewards points coupon at the same time as another one. So my recommendation would be to keep saving up your rewards points until you get a really good coupon, like a 10 or a 15 or a $20 off coupon, mm-hmm. and then use that. So if you do qualify for the GovX discount.
About that.
Now, one other thing about the GovX discount is we have a lot of people who want to know, who qualifies for the GovX mm-hmm. discount. There are some groups that are easily able to get discounts. Bum, bum, bum. There are other groups that have to be manually verified. So, for instance, military... You just use a military email address and it works. Yeah. Military families requires a little bit more a verification. As far as law enforcement goes, I didn't know this. The ATF can do it.
And all the spouses?
Bureau of Land Management is under fire. So is National Park Service and now. Under medical services, mm-hmm. EMT, paramedics, that are current, former, or spouses, nurses, mm-hmm. current, former spouses, and hospital physician, current, former, or spouses.
So the problem is it's not as easy to get those verified quickly, so you have to contact them.
Yeah, so
right?
GovX runs the program, and they do a really good job. We actually just hooked it into our site, and they take care of all of it. So they manage the verifications. Once you have a GovX login, any company that has the GovX discount, you can just get the discount.
Yeah, so you
Works
just
really
have to get your login, and then you should be able to just. And the thing is, you have to get a new coupon every time. But once you have your login, you should be able to do that fairly easily.
So we had someone who asked, "Well, as a respiratory therapist, can I get that discount?" And I said, "I think that you can, but you need to contact these guys."
Yeah.
Also, for someone who works in a dialysis clinic, again, I don't know for certain that you can.
Yeah, but there's a lot more than we expected, and so that list is there, so you can look through.
Yep, that's exactly right. Okay. Shauna says, is as much as Die Hard as a Christmas movie. Fight me. No, the Charlie Brown is just associated with the Charlie Brown Christmas special.
Yeah, but it's
like having the theme song to Saved by the Bell be a Christmas song.
I'm willing to do that.
Because they have a Christmas special. Anyway, Ladybug says, I've lost more than 170 sticks of butter since I started using Keto Chow.
Good perspective.
Saskia says, I'm the person who turns 31 tomorrow, and my life goal is still how much I can annoy people. Make sure you come on our live stream tomorrow, and we will sing Happy Birthday to you.
Now.
No, we can't do it right now.
Happy birthday.
No, it's not yet.
Tomorrow.
Happy birthday tomorrow. Happy birthday tomorrow, Saskia. Happy tomorrow to you.
Wow, that was, like original just for you. Speaking of trying to annoy people.
Okay.
That was it.
Mike says, I didn't see that, but someone told me by text today that it was fixed. I was not complaining. I was just trying to help someone find something. Okay. I just gave you a hard time because we talked about it in our live stream this morning.
Because we can give you a hard time.
Yes.
Because we're friends.
Stephanie says, I went to check out and one discount gave me a $20 savings, but then the reward was like a different amount. Not sure what I did, but rewards account is down. So,
message us and we'll check and see what happened.
On the checkout page, there is a little thing that you can use to redeem points. Mm-hmm. But that overwrites the automatic discount. It's better to log into your rewards account
and grab the coupon.
But if you're having problems, it actually emails you the coupon code, and the coupon code is there in your rewards account, like you log into your account and there's a little dashboard there, so you can just get it.
Yeah. But message us and we'll look it up and see what happened, and then figure it out, because we can refund you the difference.
Shauna says, wow, I have my screen viewing on HD and just cleaned my glasses. My world just got very clear.
Ooh.
Saskia says, thanks guys, trying to decide what this year's birthday musical is going to be. Hamilton, Frozen 2. Nah, it's Newsies. It's totally Newsy. Try Bottle Alley or the Harbor. Try Central Park, it's guaranteed. Carrie Brown's on. How you doing, Carrie? I hope your headache is feeling better. My headache's better.
How's your cat?
Yeah. How is your cat?
Yeah. Did you say it was at Buster?
I think it was.
No, I can't remember.
Dang it. It started with a B, though. Paradise says, I can see clearly now, the dirt is gone.
I can see clearly now, the rain is gone.
That's definitely Joe, says Die Hard is a Christmas movie. Let's see. Saskia says, you guys are the best. Too Crazy Kyo says, I love to give Chris a hard time. Patty says, Die Hard is most certainly a Christmas movie. Watched 1 and 2 Christmas night. Ladybug says, okay, bedtime, 7:30 mammogram tomorrow.
Oh, sorry.
Night all.
Have fun being
Which for some reason just reminded me, last night we got into a discussion with one of our kids about colonoscopies.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome.
Anyway, that was a fun discussion. Stephanie says, thanks, God. Guys, I'm not too worried about it. It's just my ditzy side. I'm used to it. Headache says, no headache for 2 days. Shh. I doubt she did that part, though. Shauna says, no, I'm not too much of a shoot 'em up fan. Christy says, what kind of fat is most helpful to make the shakes smoother? I used butter and it was still kind of gritty. I think I might be doing something wrong. So, the easiest
really good
fat
question.
to use is going to be heavy cream.
Yep, because it's easy to pour and just mix it.
And it's easy to just mix up with a blender bottle. So we actually had, it was Wendy on our Facebook support groups. She said, hey, I got an immersion blender for Christmas, and I can't believe how much better my shakes are mixing them up like that. So if you want to use butter as a fat source, I actually think that avocado oil mixed up with an immersion blender is way better well.
Than heavy cream? Oh, just anything mixed up.
So anything mixed up with an immersion blender is way better. Now, the way that I like to do it is I do a couple of them at a time, 3 to be exact. I guess that's a few. Several. Severus
3
snake.
at a time.
Anyway, I do 3 at a time in a large gallon pitcher with an immersion blender. If you want to do them individually in a blender bottle, well, number one, make sure you take out the blender ball, because nobody wants that.
Yeah.
Carrie Brown says, love you, bye.
Love you, bye.
Anyway, so, yeah, as far as the fats go, yeah, heavy cream's going to be the easiest.
Easiest, and it's like thicker and creamier. But butter, you want to heat up and then use warm water.
Yeah, now,
so that might make a difference.
Joe did point out that if you use warm water when you're doing the mixing, we're not talking like hot water, we're talking like warm water, that will a lot of times help the stuff dissolve as well. Also, letting it sit overnight is by far the best way to go.
Yeah.
So,
and then if you do make it seems smooth, you set it overnight, and then it has like chunks in it in the morning, warm it up again, and it'll be just right as rain.
Now, that brings us to another topic of a question. Someone on the Facebook support group asked, how do you make warm keto chow?
Oh, that's an easy one. Put it in a mug in the microwave and warm it up.
Now, how long should you microwave it for?
Well, it depends on how hot you want it.
'Kay.
I do it for like a minute, and then I stir it and do it for another minute.
I have made the mistake 3 times now of setting the microwave for too long, and then the mug boils over. And
that does happen, so just be careful.
And in the words of Joe, don't cry over spilled milk, cry over spilled keto chow.
Yeah. So that's why I do it for a minute and then stir it and then do it for another minute, because I don't want to spill it over. But even then, sometimes I have spilled it over if it's like a nice microwave.
My personal favorite way to do it is I will take a mug, I'll fill up a mug, microwave it, pour it back into the blender bottle, pour it into the mug, and just kind of go back and forth in and out of the microwave, in and out of the mug. Because usually when I'm heating up keto chow, it's because, well, either I just really want it heated, or I mixed it up with butter improperly, and so there's like a ring of butter inside of, like, and there's chunks of butter inside the blender bottle, and I want to melt that. So putting it back into the blender bottle when it's warm takes care of that, and it just works fantastic.
Yep.
So we actually have a video on our site of
that
how
you
to
can make fun of if you want.
Well, it's how to fix improperly mixed keto chow made with butter. And Joe used to make fun of me for having videos like that.
He still makes fun of you.
It gets asked all the time. People want to know, is there something, it should seem obvious. And in retrospect, it does kind of seem obvious. But when you're first getting into it and you're like, but how do I heat up keto chow? It's like, you literally just microwave it. Or you use warm water or kind of hot water when you're mixing it up and just drink it right away.
Just drink it right away.
So there you go. That's how you that's how you heat up keto chow, right? Let's see.
Snape, Severus Snape, Dumbledore.
Wendy and Harry from Living on Keto are here.
Guys.
Cece says, can you do half butter and half heavy cream?
You bet you can.
Yes, you can. Or you could do some butter, some heavy cream, and some avocado oil.
Yeah, you can do whatever.
It's entirely up to you. But yeah, Saskia says, yeah, you can do whatever you want. And that's one of the reasons why we do not include the fat in keto chow.
So you can play with it. For probably a year and a half, I did half heavy cream, half avocado oil. And I just never changed. I just did that forever. And then we decided to do butter, and so we...
Yep. Game changer. Speaking of doing what you want, Shearston says, question about the 7-day reset. Can you do 3 meals of keto chow instead of the recipes?
you should.
Absolutely.
And you'll count as doing it. I think that's great. Do it with us.
Yep. So the reason why we did the 7-day reset was to give people a way that they can get going on it. If you want to do just 3 meals of keto chow, you go, girl.
Yeah, do it. Peanut butter.
I don't think I'm qualified to say you go, girl.
It does sound kind of weird.
Renee says, love my Vitamix for so many things. Had it for 3 years now, I think. Why am I hiccuping? I haven't eaten anything in
I don't know. I almost brushed my
hours.
teeth a little while ago.
Let's see. Shauna says, 2 crazy ketos. Joe, did you see... I watched your YouTube of Rachel making sous vide ribeye. I made my first one last night and seared on cast iron pan. Doing that from now on.
Every Monday. Ribeye Monday.
Saskia says, and that is why I reheat my keto chow on the stove in a pot. Because I've done that. The boiling over thing.
Oh, yes.
I have noticed that when you heat the chocolate, it makes it so that the cocoa powder no longer stays in suspension and it settles out.
It does. It's kind of funny.
Yep. Wendy says, where can I find the sausage pumpkin soup recipe?
Oh my gosh, Wendy, you got to try that.
So, for any of you who... Okay, so now I'm sharing. I'll go to the Keto Chow site.
Yes.
I'll go to recipes and more. Recipes.
To the new thing that doesn't work very well.
So, you can choose a flavor or you can type stuff into the text search. Now, caveat, the text search searches every post on the site. Every single one. So it's going to find a bunch of stuff. Anyway, so here we have all the recipes that use pumpkin.
There it is.
And there is the pumpkin sausage soup. It's
sweet and salty and spicy all at one time.
Now, one other thing you can do is just in a Google search, type Keto Chow pumpkin sausage. You will find it.
Keto Chow drop biscuits. Keto Chow.
This is actually a bit of a point of contention with some consultants that we have. The recipes that are posted on the Keto Chow site use a special plugin that formats the data so that Google recognizes it as a recipe. It's using a specific taxonomy. Ooh.
What? That's the nerdiest thing I've heard all day.
So... Because it's using the specific taxonomy for a recipe, Google recognizes that it is a recipe. And so it includes it in recipe searches. And also things like Alexa can recognize that it's here are the ingredient list. Here are the steps to make it, all that sort of stuff. So because we use that special plugin, we have to have the recipes on WordPress, the thing that we use for our blog. And we keep on having these consultants that say, well, you should move your entire site onto Shopify. And then we're like,
it's so hard.
No. And they're like, well, you should do it. It will be better.
Well,
and we're
we just want a good user experience.
Yeah.
And
So
by doing that would give a good user experience. But we're not going to do it anyway.
It would make the site load faster, but
the recipe still needs desirable changes somewhere. We'll get there. It's fine.
Now, Parrot Renee said, Sean, I think Chris said something about hot liquids messing with the proteins. If you get the liquid above 120 degrees, it starts to degrade some of the vitamins.
Yes.
If you get it above, I think, 140 degrees, it starts to cause some of the proteins to denature. They start to clump up. So there you go.
We've cooked with the savories and stuff a lot, and I think if you're just not having it for all your meals all the time, then you'll be fine. Yeah.
Now a lot of the savory flavors, like the taco soup base, those don't use milk proteins, so
they're different.
They don't denature like the milk. Yeah. Lisa says, I'm back. Welcome back. Shauna says that it's so good, I use coffee in place of water, but you can also put a couple tablespoons of keto chow in your coffee also. And Renee says I use coffee instead of water, but always chilled. I prep 32 ounces of coffee every Sunday.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
So when we had our first set of twins, we didn't do keto, and so we didn't know healthy things, but I nursed both of them. But then when I went for their 2-week visit, the doctor said they are not getting enough. You need to supplement with formula.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's right.
Do you remember that? So we used to make a gallon pitcher
of
formula.
There were lines on the side.
So our,
for the measurements.
month-old babies drank cold formula.
Yeah, they sure did.
They were great.
Well, it's one thing that I learned as a kid who couldn't drink actual milk. I had to have powdered milk.
Yeah.
Well, goat's milk worked too, but powdered milk also worked really good. The instructions for powdered milk tell you to mix it up the day before. Mm-hmm. And nobody ever pays attention to that. And you mix it up and you go to drink it right away and it tastes terrible.
Like powdered milk.
But powdered milk, if you mix it up the day before, it tastes like regular milk.
But you had to have that because you had
it was some allergy. Yeah, it was something like that.
Yeah.
Mary Lou has a really good question. She says, I'm having issues with fat. Is it okay to not use fat with Keto Chow?
So if you're not going to use fat with Keto Chow, you need to have your fat somewhere else. Mm-hmm. You need to make sure you're getting enough fat to stay keto, to make it so that your body is, using the fat instead of sugar that you're not eating anymore. So you can, but also the proteins do better.
Well, there's vitamins. There's vitamins in Keto Chow that require some level of fat. Mm-hmm. If you were to use unsweetened almond milk, that would almost get you enough fat to absorb all the vitamins. Mm-hmm. But one thing that we were cautious to just give an answer of yes, you can, because you can. You absolutely can.
Yeah.
The issue is we don't want people to accidentally think that they can mix Keto Chow up with just water or unsweetened almond milk and it be a real meal.
Yeah, because you're not going to be full.
It'll be a protein snack.
Well, and it has those vitamins, electrolytes and stuff in it, so that'll be good. But then you're going to be hungry, and then you're going to be needing to eat more food to satiate you, whereas the fat would satiate you in the meal.
So if you want to use Keto Chow for a protein-sparing modified fast, or to increase your protein along with giving you a bunch of necessary vitamins, yes, you absolutely can. But again, we want to make sure that you're doing this as a deliberate
and you've learned
decision.
Enough about it that you are making a conscious choice.
Now, this also does... we had someone ask on the Keto Chow support group, is it okay to do keto, and by extension Keto Chow, if you've had your gallbladder removed?
Oh, that's something that is a little controversial, because a lot of times when somebody goes keto without a gallbladder, they'll have a hard time. But what I've heard is you can ramp up your fat intake slowly so that your body can handle it.
Yeah, so, fortunately, there were a bunch of people on this Facebook support group, the Keto Chow Facebook support group, who jumped in and said, hey, I don't have a gallbladder, and I actually have better digestion doing a high-fat ketogenic diet and Keto Chow than I did doing a high-carbohydrate diet. My understanding of what happens with the gallbladder issues, gallbladders are designed to take bile that's being produced by your... Oh, here, I'll push the button again. Bile that's being produced by your liver and hold on to it, because that's used to help you digest fat. And so if you go in between periods of not very much fat in your diet to a lot of fat in your diet and back and forth, then you need the gallbladder in order to kind of store up the bile for those big amounts of, I want to say bolus, but nobody understands what that means. If you have a consistent amount of fat that you're eating, say you're always eating a ketogenic diet, your liver is able to produce a sufficient amount of bile to just keep things going, as long as you're maintaining that and you ramp into it with a nice thing.
It's the drastic no fat to all of a sudden a ton of fat. That's why people have gallbladder attacks.
Yeah, well, and most people who have had their gallbladder removed used to do a very low-fat diet, and so that bile went into their gallbladder and just sat there doing nothing. You developed crystals, you had all the problems going on, and eventually they took the gallbladder out. So, yeah, most people that I've talked to that don't have a gallbladder love a ketogenic diet because it makes them feel so much better.
Yeah.
So, can you use Keto Chow if you have... Now, this particular person had their gallbladder taken out 2 weeks ago.
Oh, wow.
So and a lot of people were like, you just had an organ removed,
Just
so
be
make sure you be
careful.
careful. But yeah, there was some really good advice.
Nice.
But Dr. Barry has great videos about doing keto without a gallbladder. There's lots of different really good content on YouTube about doing ketogenic diets with no gallbladder. And ultimately, in the end, Keto Chow is just keto food that happens to be really easy. So,
Yep-o.
okay, let's see. TC's Life says, I use full-fat canned coconut milk. I can make 5 meals.
Oh, yeah. I bet that's yummy as ice cream.
Saskia says, 3 Keto Chows a day is the reset I'm doing. I also want to do an egg fast. So I'm thinking of doing that Saturday through Monday.
Ooh,
and then Keto Chow.
that sounds yummy.
Shearson says, hello, thank you, love the bears, Keto Chow and Keto Friends.
Oh, thanks.
Joe endorses the sausage pumpkin soup.
It is amazing.
Hungry He says, mandatory medium Monday. I first started using that title as a reply to all the silly meatless Monday posts I saw all over the Facebook groups.
Oh, foodie groups.
Yeah. Wendy says, okay, yummy. That looks and sounds delicious. Parrot Renee says, good idea, Heath. Parrot Renee says, beyond weird stuff doesn't count on Mondays. That's true. Let's see. Shauna says, I have no idea how hot my coffee is, but with the heavy whipping cream, it cools down. Plus, I'm not doing 3 meals a day. There you go.
So you're probably fine.
And it's one of those things. I always want to give people for instance, the don't heat your stuff over 120 degrees. It does actually say on the savory soup packages, it has a warning about that. It says, this is probably only a concern if you do it 3 meals a day.
Yeah.
So, Linda says, I just checked my reset bundle is going to be here by midnight January 5th. What the heck?
That's far away.
Yeah. Now, if you happen to have some Keto Chow, you can probably get started without the stuff in the bundle.
What's on day 1? Pull it up. Let's see it again. It's still open.
Day 1.
Day 1.
Day 1 is, well, I can just go to, where is it? This.
There it is.
So breakfast is orange cream
which
Keto Chow.
You can choose whatever flavor you want.
You can do whatever flavor you want.
And
lunch is a Mediterranean.
salad.
Yeah, tuna salad. Chicken thighs with sauteed spinach.
And a fat bomb, which you could have any flavor you want. So day 1 would be okay if you don't have it, because that would be fine.
Yep. Yeah.
Because the tuna salad, I don't think has Keto Chow in it, and too fasty for my brain to think. Nope, that one doesn't either.
Yep.
So it's just 2 Keto Chow. If you want the fat bomb, you don't have to do that. I made sure that it says snack option, because I don't think anybody needs to have a snack.
Okay.
But some people they want to have a snack, so we wanted to give it there.
Yeah. Lisa says, tonight when I made my Keto Chow, I melted the butter, then put it in the blender with warm water. Added Keto Chow and blended it a bit before I put it in the blender bowl.
Nice.
Perfect. He says, but I'm an alliteration nerd, so I always use Taco Tuesday, Wings Wednesday, Thursday, Fajita Friday, as well as Seafood Saturday and Sunday.
Oh, seafood gets 2 days? Yes.
Rhiannon says, maybe it's a Utah thing. I had trouble with being allergic to all milks and formulas as a baby. And it's funny, I got older and it wasn't an issue at all.
Yeah.
So...
he was such a sickly
Fitz
child.
says, I'll use almond milk, then eat half an avocado. Perfect.
What?
I actually,
half an avocado?
there was a lady, actually she was one of the administrators or one of the moderators of the Keto Chow Reddit group.
Oh.
And she had issues with Keto Chow. Well, back then, we didn't know about butter. But with heavy cream, she had all sorts of digestive problems. And so she stopped putting fat in her Keto Chow.
Yeah.
And she would just eat the fat, actually as fat bombs. Like she would make all these coconut oil fat bombs and stuff like that. And put a bunch of peanut butter in there with it. And cream cheese. And it was just great. And she's like, I don't know why eating it didn't cause problems and drinking it did. I was like, hey, whatever
Isn't that
works.
weird? That's weird.
Let's see. He says that's why we tagged our house as Parker Place. Or Palace.
Parker
Palace. Palace.
I did not name any of my children with a B.
Yes. You didn't want Betty Bear or Bob Bear. Fitz says twice a day and have a meal of salmon or cod for supper with asparagus. That sounds fantastic.
That sounds delicious.
Stephanie says she did the lemon crinkle cookies but replaced the almond flour with pork rind crumbs to see how it works. The dough tastes great. Now seeing how they cook up.
Oh, yeah.
Sean says, with all of Chris's science talk, I feel like we should be getting some kind of credit. That's true.
Yeah.
I should offer credit.
If you listen to Chris's nerd talk, you get $5 of Keto Chow credit.
Now, Dennis says gallbladder support may require ox bile in very small doses.
Yep, I've heard that before, too.
Ken Berry does not agree with that.
And I think it just depends on your body.
That's true. Mm-hmm. Renee says, I don't know why my shrugging chick turns into a dude now. Okay. Anthony says, taurine is a good addition. It's a basis for bile salts and happy hormones.
Oh, I've heard that too.
Praising Him says, it depends on how long ago your gallbladder was removed. Mm-hmm. It was awful for me in the beginning. Now, after 25 years, I have no problem eating the false.
Oh, that's great.
I said false.
False.
Anthony says, yes, bile salts, I mean. Shelly says, I had my gallbladder removed a few years ago and never had issues when I went keto, but I never limited fat before. Mary Lou says, I don't have a gallbladder and have problems with the fat. Okay. I used to have whole food, no fat diet, so we'll start slowly. Okay. There you go.
Good to know.
Andrew says, getting in here late, has anyone tried making hot chocolate with Keto Chow? Yes. I've also been without my gallbladder for 11 years old, and keto is fantastic.
11 years old.
Oh my gosh. So, my favorite way to make hot chocolate, actually, let's see.
Oh. It's just heated up in the microwave. It's so good.
It literally is. Let's see. I'm going to go to the recipe page, and I'm going to try.
Because now you can search anything.
Hot chocolate.
Don't we have a search bar?
Yeah. Here we go. Hot chocolate or any flavor Keto Chow.
There's a recipe for it. Heat it up in the microwave.
Ingredient: 1 serving chocolate Keto Chow or any flavor of your choice. Mixed up previously. Instructions:
we need to redo that video with a cute mug. Look at us. That's our old place.
That's at our old location.
What am I doing with my head? Ooh.
I don't know. You're kind of leaning into it.
Weird.
But I literally took a thing of Keto Chow, dumped it into a mug, and heated it up.
Apparently Red Cross mugs.
Yeah.
Both of them.
Well, because I kept on donating blood and they kept on giving me mugs. And I'm like, okay.
Well, good job.
I think I have those at work.
I think you do too.
The thing is, I don't use mugs that much.
That's because we don't drink coffee.
Yeah.
So we don't think about it.
Let's see. Andrews.
I use mugs for Keto Chow.
I just read Andrews.
I warm it up and it's delicious.
Praise Him says, thanks for all you do. You all are awesome. Fitz says, have you heard of anyone doing Keto Chow and drinking PTKs? I'm not sure what that is.
Yeah,
actually.
Tell us what PTK is.
Is that pure therapeutic ketones.
Oh.
So I've been doing keto a long time, and I've never personally seen a need in myself to use ketones, but I also don't need therapeutic levels of ketones, and I've been able to achieve therapeutic levels of ketones simply by
keeping the carbs low.
Yeah, by keeping the carbs low. And if I need a higher level of ketones, I throw in some MCT oil.
Or fast.
Yeah, so I don't use exogenous ketones. But then again, I don't have epilepsy or any other neurological condition that would need it.
Yep, our daughter has depression, and she will use them occasionally, and she's perfect ketones.
And adding them to Keto Chow works, or whatever you want to do. So there you go. You can use them if you want, or you can add some MCT oil, or you can just stick to keto. For most people, the reason that they're doing keto is to lose fat. And if you're adding an energy substrate like ketones, you will use that energy substrate before you use stored fat. So I guess it depends on your goals. Renee says, my food eats your food. My food eats your food. He says, I also like to tell folks I eat a plant-based diet because my cows eat plants and I eat the cows. We went to a place called the Hideout Restaurant that says,
was really good.
we only serve 100% vegetarian beef.
And it was expensive, but they brought us our steaks raw, and then we cooked them on a little thing next to us.
Yeah, it was kind of funny.
It was really cool.
It was
I want to go back
a
again.
900-degree sandstone rock.
So cool.
Okay, Carol wants to know how she uses her rewards points.
Okay.
So, okay, so let's see. Let me go into my account.
Where is it? Is it in your account?
Yeah, so I'm going to log in as Juan Paco Pedro de la Mar.
Welcome.
Es mi
Juan.
nombre, sí. Okay.
It's about time you use your rewards points.
Yeah. So when you log into there, if you go to my rewards, now these are all grayed out because I only have 600 points.
You're lame.
I know, I'm super lame. If I had more than 600 points, I could go to any one of these guys. Like if I had 4,000 points, I could go to that, click on it. It would say, hey, do you want to redeem this? You hit yes, and it gives you a coupon. And then once you have that coupon, you just need to make sure that when you are on the shopping cart page, you put the coupon code into there. And that coupon code is saved in your account, and it's also emailed to you. So there you go. Let's see. Shearson says, okay, what about intermittent fasting with Keto Chow and no other meals? I've done it before.
Yeah, do it. Well, if you're doing 18-6, you have 6 hours to drink 3 Keto Chows.
So that's 2 hours in between each one.
You're still going to be able to do it fine.
The closest together I've ever done them is about 45 minutes in between 3 meals of Keto Chow.
Which I don't think I could do that close together.
Now,
so I would go at the beginning of your 6 and at the end of your 6 and then right in the center. And you could also lower the fat a little bit, but then just make sure at the end of your 6-hour eating window you're satiated so that you can fast the 18. You'd probably want to try it a couple days and make sure, because I would have to lower my fat just a little bit or I would be too full for the whole time. But it would be really cool to try. I think you should do it.
Dennis says ox bile found at Natural Grocers in South Jordan. There you go.
Oh, nice.
Now, Sonia has a very good question. And this is something that someone asked as we finished up a live stream on Monday.
Oh, yes.
And someone asked this same question. So how do you get enough protein, or do you get enough protein doing 3 meals of Keto Chow a day? That depends on you and your protein requirements.
Yes, which we actually advise you to get more protein than everybody else advises you to. So what we suggest is going...
Well, not everybody else.
Lots of people.
Traditional, yeah. So chronometer... Sorry, I'll let you finish. But if you are using the keto calculator and chronometer, it is not telling you the right amount of protein. It's giving you a number that's way too low. Sometimes it tells people to get 60 grams, which is not even close. Most people that are larger, well, even like a 5'1", 120-pound woman needs like 90 grams of protein a day.
Yeah, and it says like 60 or 40 or something crazy.
Now, as far as so if you're doing 3 meals of Keto Chow a day, you're probably getting around, I think it's like 75 to 80 grams of protein. That may be the right amount, but most people aren't using only Keto Chow for all their meals. If I'm doing all Keto Chow for all my meals, I will usually supplement it with some canned salmon or maybe some chicken breasts. Tuna fish, something like that. You can add a 4th meal of just protein powder if you wanted to.
Yep. We also like to just add like a little scoop of collagen to each of our Keto Chows, and then it's already in there. Now,
collagen isn't a complete protein, so it's not supposed to be counted towards your protein goal. And that's something that we should really also hit on. When you're talking about macronutrients, which is carbohydrates, protein, and fat, those are the main. There's other ones, but we're not going to talk about those. carbohydrates are a limit. Do not go over this amount.
Yes.
Protein is also a limit as far as this is the minimum.
It's a goal.
You need to get this
to
much.
Get protein.
Yes. So if your protein is like 80 grams, that means you do not go below 80.
Yeah.
And you also don't use percentages. Percentages are used for the treatment of refractory, uncontrollable epilepsy in children. It is not used for anybody else. And really, they should use grams as well. And then fat is the thing that you play around with. You get more.
Yeah, it's your lever.
Yeah, more if you're hungry, less if you're not. So you want to get enough protein. It is vitally important. If you're not getting enough protein, you're going to be ravenously hungry, despite the fat that you're eating. So yeah, we actually have a frequently asked question page on how do I add more protein if I'm working out, and it's exactly those things that we recommended. Add a protein shake. You can actually even mix it into Keto Chow if you want. Well, one thing that or you can do some salmon or some chicken breast or something like that. One thing you don't want to do is a 4th serving of Keto Chow.
Because then you'll get too many vitamins.
Yeah, you'll be getting... for men, you'll actually be getting way too much iron. There's a bunch of other fat-soluble vitamins that there's enough of it in Keto Chow if you're doing 3 a day. There's too much if you're doing 4 a day. So now you can take 3 servings of Keto Chow and split it up however you want. 4s. Or split it into 2. Like people are like, how do I do just 2 meals a day with 3 meals of Keto Chow? It's like,
make 3 and then split it into 2.
Yeah. Yep. So there you go.
Make it into ice cream. That doesn't change it at all. But
no.
It tastes delicious.
Now, Rachel. So we were talking earlier about intermittent fasting. Rachel Stoffer of 2 Crazy Ketos, she did a video where she did 3 meals of Keto Chow made into ice cream in an hour.
Yeah, I can do it. I have a hard time finishing an ice cream at all. I actually really like to just split it.
All right. So Heather says hot chocolate with Keto Chow is awesome, especially if you use butter as the fat source.
Yeah.
Heath is not a fan of hot drinks. It has to be stupid cold outside before I even consider hot chocolate.
I could drink hot Keto Chow probably every day, as long as I'm in the air conditioning in the hot summer.
Okay. So Fitz says they have depression and PTSD. So there you go. That would be
a good reason to have ketones.
That would be a reason to use exogenous ketones. There you go. Dennis says taurine and glycine work.
We're talking about
digestion of fats. Which, interestingly enough, so a lot of people have asked questions about why you might add what's it called?
If I knew what you were saying, I could finish your words.
It's right, gelatin. Okay. Gelatin. A lot of people have asked, what are some of the reasons why you might add gelatin to Keto Chow? And how do you do it? So some of the reasons you might want to do it, well, number one, it's a consistency thing. If you like how it's mixed up. If you like Keto Chow a bit thicker, adding a teaspoon of gelatin to it will thicken it up quite a bit. If you add 2 teaspoons...
It's like Jell-O.
Well, it's like pudding. 3 teaspoons and it's just flat out Jell-O. Like
Which is kind of fun.
You're eating it like with a fork just about.
Boing.
Now, one of the reasons why you might want to add it, in addition to it changing the consistency, is that it does have certain amino acids in it, especially if you use beef gelatin, that aid in digestion.
Yes.
And there are some people who have had issues with digestion and Keto Chow that have found that if they add gelatin to Keto Chow, all that just goes away.
Yep. Christy Davis helped us discover that.
Yeah. Now the question becomes, how do you use it? There's a couple ways you can do it. The most reliable method is put some cold water into a blender bottle, dump the gelatin on it, and let it bloom.
Yeah.
So that's
you
where
don't have to do like
absorbs.
ice cold water, just regular water is fine.
A lot of other people, I've found that if I put the gelatin on top of my Keto Chow, the powder, and then mix it immediately with an immersion blender, I can usually keep it from causing any clumps at all. Every once in a while, I'll get a little thing of gelatin, and it's like, gummy bear.
Ooh, delicious.
So
one thing Sonia was saying, we didn't actually finish answering her question.
Okay.
Because she was wondering if it provides her enough complete protein. And so what I wanted to say was we send people over to Maria Emmerich's macro calculator, and then you can figure out how much protein your body needs and then adjust your goals from there.
Yep.
So that's what we like to do. Do you want to show a link to that?
Yeah, but I was trying to make that a single segment so we could cut it into an FAQ.
Okay.
So anyway, I will grab that link really quick. So if you go to Why Chow, How to Prepare Keto Chow, and Calculating Macros on Keto, right here there is a link to Maria Emmerich's Keto Calculator, and that will get you all the information. So I'll go ahead and post that. TC's Life says that they're taking off.
Oh, good night.
Let's see. Now I got to scroll back
that's
up.
Too
there
much
we are.
Work.
Okay, so Carol says, thank you. I just needed you to walk me through it.
Oh, perfect.
Renee says Rachel is the Keto Chow champ. All three at once. Yeah.
I don't think I could do it. I could take a bath, though. It's calling my name.
Okay. Let's see. Fitz says, awesome, I have 9108. I think I'll save them since they don't expire until September 2021. And I'm ordering apple pie tonight.
Nice. I don't know what that 9108 is.
I don't know that either. Sarah wants to know, can I post a link to the videos where I did the 100 Days of Keto? So if you go under Why Chow,
Nerd.
Keto Chow Science Experiments, all of the different experiments that I've done are here. And this is where you'll find, it wasn't just me who did the experiment. A nice lady named Beverly helped out as well. Cece says, how would you lower the fat in Keto Chow? It may be a silly question. It's exactly what you think it is. You just use less.
Put in less. So if you figured out your fat would be, like mine would be 35 grams, I would put in maybe 25 grams.
Yep.
But I would play with it first before, probably, to make sure I feel full.
Renee says she goes for 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight.
Yes.
And Sarah says she does that as well. Some people actually recommend like 1.5 grams.
Yeah.
Now, also, you'll see other things where they talk about 1 gram per kilogram of lean body weight.
Which is different.
That's 2.2. So there you go.
That's why I just go to Maria, because they've been doing it for 20 years and they're amazing. Her and Craig.
Renee says eggs, and more eggs. Now,
also, eggs
that does
good.
come with fat, so you need to take that into account.
Delicious.
That's true. Sonia just redeemed her $200 rewards coupon. What an awesome feeling. There you go. And that's why we have the rewards points for you. Sonia says, thanks for the info, everyone. I'm trying to do a higher protein keto diet, and 3 Keto Chows alone won't get me to my goal.
Yep.
So there you go.
So add something.
And adding salmon, which is what she's going to do, also adds omega-3s.
I was surprised how much I liked it in our little experiment, because I don't love salmon. I like salmon fine, right? But it's not the first meat I'm going to choose by any means.
Yeah.
And I don't have anything against salmon. Lots of butter, a little bit crispy. I like it for a meal. But I thought if I was going to eat the canned salmon every day, first of all, it's canned salmon, so it's not as good, right? And I thought by the end I was going to hate it, but I actually was surprised how much I liked it. But I also put a ton of real seasoned salt on it. So that
sounds
maybe
terrible.
and I warmed it up. I did miss the butter. I could have probably started from the beginning and counted it all in and put butter on the salmon, but then I thought it was okay.
Yep.
But I was surprised how much I just liked having the can of salmon.
Now, Kirsten has a good question. She says, does that mean you need to watch supplementation, like a multivitamin or mineral supplementation, if you're doing like 2 Keto Chows a day or 1 Keto Chow a day? You would. You'd probably want to, so a meal of Keto Chow will give you a third of all of your daily vitamins and minerals. So if you're doing, well, let's say that you're taking a multivitamin, you would just take a third less. Mm-hmm. So maybe that means every third day you don't take one, or I don't know. The best thing to do would actually be to pop all of it into Chronometer, including your multivitamin, and see if there's any places where you're at dangerously high levels. Yeah. And most multivitamins don't use the forms of the vitamins that are really bioavailable. Mm-hmm. Like they're not using peroxidine 5-phosphate or methyl tetrahydrofolate or
any other geeky word
cholesterol, right? All the other good forms of the vitamins. So it may be that the vitamin that you're taking, it won't matter if you get too much of it because you're only absorbing part of it.
Yep. So research.
Squally says, with the butter that I add, can I use something like almond milk to make it thicker? So in place of the water component, you can absolutely use almond milk. It won't make it much thicker. Most people who've found that, okay, so using butter makes the flavors come out stronger.
Yeah, but it's not thick like cream.
Yes. So a lot of people have found that adding a little bit of gelatin thickens it up a lot. So
just do a teaspoon and see what you think.
Yep. Renee says, I also add boneless, skinless sardines for more protein.
Ooh, I still have never had those.
There you go. Let's see. Shearson says, haha, Keto Chow boba drinks.
Yeah.
Like the little things. Let's see. Fritz says, oh, I was talking about my points. Oh, okay.
Yeah, that 9, whatever.
Okay, that was what you meant. Okay. Dennis says, hey, I ordered my first Keto Chow and it's on its way. I hope I like it. I hope you do too.
What flavor did you get?
And Denise wants to know, can hemp milk be used? You can use... Denise, sorry. You can use hemp milk for the water component.
But you wouldn't want to use that for fat.
Yeah, because there isn't a good amount of fat in hemp milk. You're going to need something more substantial. You could use coconut milk. You can use coconut oil. You can use butter. You can use avocado oil. You can use an actual avocado if you put it through a blender. Mm-hmm. Oh, so Patty says Dr. Bikman says 1 gram per pound of lean body mass.
Yes.
And everything that we've seen indicates that you don't need to fear protein. Going over on protein is not something you need to be concerned about. And Dr. Bikman was actually the one who put that entire discussion to bed. Mm-hmm. He did actually, okay. So here we are back on this page. Mm-hmm. If you go to White Chow, how to prepare, calculating macros. So scroll. Here's the thing that you use to calculate. Right here is a really good write-up on carbs, protein, fat. And
sorry, I had to yawn.
And here's the thing that you want to hit your your protein goal. Too little protein is a problem. Too much protein is not something to be concerned about. And a lot of people argue about this, but Dr. Bikman settled the debate in 2018.
I was there.
Yes. He resoundingly settled the debate.
It was really cool talk, so go ahead.
So if people have a question about whether or not, because the idea was that gluconeogenesis is going to kick you out of ketosis, that too much protein is going to be a problem. Joe and Rachel actually did a video not too long ago. It was I think in December, where it was the review that, kind of a review they did of the Keto Mojo. And they had a meal it was like eggs and hamburger.
Patties. Yeah.
And they tested their ketones before and they tested their ketones after.
Yeah, it was like 0.2.
Yeah, their ketones dropped like crazy from
because you ate real food. Because you ate food.
And that's not a problem.
Because your body is it's used to getting fuel and then having that fuel. But it was interesting, their reaction, and it makes sense, but you had to think.
Yep. Okay.
Wendy said that Costco has great canned salmon. That's the one we
That's the one that we did. Yep.
And I thought it was good.
Yep.
And Renee said, have I tried fresh cod? It's amazing with tons of butter. I think I would probably really like that because I like cod. I don't think I've ever had fresh stuff. We live in the land. We're landlocked, and so we don't get fresh fish.
No, in a time.
We get like frozen fish or like Costco salmon.
Before time.
Whatever. But I do like fish.
There you go. Let's see. Denny says, just joining. I was a gift card winner. Hey, for Keto Chow. What do you recommend?
Yay!
I would actually recommend that you get the starter bundle to start. Now you can, the 7-day restart bundle is a good way to go. But the starter bundle is actually priced really low. It's really with free shipping in the United States, and it has a blender bottle. So that would be the best thing to start with. That way you can kind of try out some of the flavors and see what you like. Let's see. Renee says, oh, it has a little red pepper at the bottom. I ate that too. Nice.
Oh, the salmon?
I think so. Well, the fresh salmon. Denise says, forgiven.
I don't remember that.
Sonny says, I've tried sardines, but I just can't do it.
I think it's the fact that it's a whole little fish.
So there's a series on YouTube called How It's Actually Made. And they had a video about sardines.
I don't think I want to see that.
It was hilarious.
I really do like to try different things. Like I've had squid and frog legs, and I don't know, maybe that's not that weird of stuff.
Okay.
But
he said he was recognized as a Keto Chow top fan on Facebook.
Top fan.
That's because you post a lot on the support group.
Hey, we appreciate it.
Sarah says, I have to head to bed. Have a great night, everyone.
Good night, Sarah.
Fitz says, Heather Butcher, I didn't tell mine what it was just in case he loves it. Okay. Marie says, I like kipper snacks.
Yeah.
I love kipper
Chris
snacks.
Likes it. You know what?
My mom hates kipper snacks.
You know what I really like? I actually really liked smoked salmon.
Oh, okay.
Carrie Brown got me on smoked salmon. When we went to visit her the first time, we had smoked salmon on Fox Hill bagels with cream cheese like every night, and it was the best thing ever on the planet. And I want that right now.
Best thing ever.
Do we have any of that?
Smoked salmon?
I could break my fast for that.
Well, we have salmon. We don't have any smoked salmon.
What's smoked salmon?
Anyway, the story with kipper snacks, my parents on their honeymoon went camping. Real
because,
romantic.
You know,
when you don't have any money, that's what you do.
Don't have any
money. My dad opened up a can of kipper snacks, and my mom, she's like, that smells terrible.
Gross.
She made him go to the other side of the lake to be with the hornets that were swarming him, trying to get the kipper snacks.
I don't think I've ever tried those either.
They're really good. Let's see. Patty says, it took me a while to open my first can of sardines. Now I love them. I buy the ones at Costco, boneless and skinless.
Nice.
Denise says, allergic to coconut. Coconut and almond, etc.
Oh,
I meant help milk in lieu of water. Yes.
Gotcha.
Yes, you can absolutely do that. Matreya is taking off too.
Good
So is Sarah. It's all those East Coasters. It's just about. Saskia says, I like how simple 1 gram per pound sounds, but it seems like so much protein when you weigh 250 pounds. Now, in theory, that is lean body mass.
Yeah.
But you're really not going to... It's not going to cause you problems to eat that much protein.
Yeah. Well, also, you probably can't eat too much
because also true.
You start eating a big old steak and you're going to get full and your body's going to say no more of that.
And most of the time if you're eating protein, normally it's coming along with fat as well and vitamins and all the other stuff.
Yep. So don't feel like you have to shove it down your throat. If you're full, you're full. Yep. Just try to make sure that you fill up on the nutrient dense things. Yep.
Lisa says I could eat salmon and sardines every day. Stephanie says, LOL, I've done taste tested 3. Okay. Because Shelly, she would take deliveries. There you go. Because Stephanie says, it's a tad more moist, but even Hillary, who is not a pork rind person, said they're good.
Oh, That sounds great.
Is that the, I think she's talking about the cookie trial. Yes.
The lemon?
Yeah, because she was using pork rinds instead of the almond flour.
I love that idea because, I love that you can use almond flour and coconut flour and all those other things.
That's a lot of almonds.
But I kind of get a little bit old. It gets old, the almond flour. And so I like the idea of being able to use pork rinds instead.
Denny says, I live in Seattle with plenty of fresh seafood, and I don't like seafood. What a waste.
That's sad.
Mimi says, put some onion and mustard over the sardines. Paranay says, Miriam, try the boneless, skinless sardines. No heads or anything else.
Oh, great.
Total game changer.
And do they come in the little same thing? The little square-ish thing?
Oh, yeah.
Rectangle?
Denise says, I ordered from Amazon cod liver as per Dr. Barry's. Hope I like those too. I do like beef liver and chicken.
Oh, good.
John says, can you take the daily minerals and 3 keto chows? I would not recommend taking the daily minerals if you're doing 3 keto chows a day.
Oh, yes.
Because all of the minerals that you're going to need, all the minerals that you would get in the daily minerals are actually already in 3 keto chows. Where you might want to take the daily minerals is if you're doing keto chow like once or twice a day.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're doing it 3 times a day, I would not take the daily minerals.
I don't think I did when we were doing our, I didn't.
Nope.
But I do the daily minerals every day, no matter what I'm eating, but I usually don't do 3 keto chows a day.
Saskia says, guys don't have to yell.
Was I yelling?
No, just cap locks was stuck on.
Oh, yeah.
He says, not having any money is why camping was invented. It's basically pretending to be homeless for the weekend.
Right?
But, it's also removing yourself from normal stuff.
And getting yourself out of your, I have to do all these things.
Yeah.
So we love camping so that we can have a break.
I like sleeping in when I go camping.
Yeah, you should sleep in here. The bed is more comfortable even than the camping bed.
That's true.
I dare you to
Shauna
try
has
it.
to go. Have a good night.
Good night.
Saskia says, it just seems hard to get that much. I struggle to get 116 like I'm supposed to get.
Yeah.
The thought of hitting 270.
I think mine is 116 too. So aren't we the same height, Saskia?
I think so.
I think.
Okay, so here's Erin. Erin, if we've done one thing tonight, it's helping you. She says, holy wow, my protein macro is 65 grams in Carb Manager. It's 96 on Maria's calculator.
And you're going to feel so much better if you're eating that
Way
96 grams.
Oh, yeah.
You'll see.
And
your skin is softer and your hair is
Your hair will
better.
grow longer.
It's just, fingernails are stronger.
Yeah. Not getting enough protein is a
It's a
bad
big
thing.
deal.
Let's see. Sonia says, and leftover steak cut into cubes, saved in the fridge for if you just need a little something is yum.
Smackerel.
That sounds great.
Yummy.
Renee says, yes, Miriam, same container, and Walmart has some in olive oil as well as water.
Oh, okay.
I prefer the olive oil ones for the flavor. Let's see. Was there anything else that we wanted to talk about?
I didn't look at it. Recipes.
What's the best way to find recipes?
Nope. We got it.
Oh, there's only one thing. We actually get asked this almost every time, and I'm surprised that we didn't get asked this, but I want to cover it just in case. People want to know how long Keto Chow is good once it's mixed up. Most protein shakes, you mix them up, and they start to taste just really funky, almost immediately.
Well, and it separates.
Yeah.
It's like, I think of it as like flour inside water. Like it just is gritty, chalky. It floats to the bottom. You have to stir it up all the time. That's why blender bottles even exist, because you have to stir them up all the time.
That's most protein shakes. Then you get to Keto Chow, and we actually tell you to mix it up and let it sit overnight. And after 2 or 3 days, it actually tastes even better. So our general recommendation is they will last at least 6 days in the fridge. And it kind of depends on how fresh your fat is. If you're using heavy cream, if you opened it up 2 weeks ago and try to use that heavy cream,
leave it. Yeah.
Nah, that's not going to work. Those aren't going to last 6 days in the fridge. And some other people are like, well, if you just don't use fat, it will last longer. No, the protein in Keto Chow will...
It's still made of milk.
Yes. So... yeah, generally speaking, Keto Chow is going to last around 6 days once it's mixed up. Now, it may go even longer than that if you use butter as a fat source, but 6 days is a good time. And then someone else wanted to know, how can you tell if Keto Chow has gone bad?
If it smells bad, it's probably bad.
That's the number one thing. Also, if you drink
it tastes bad and it tastes bad, it's probably bad.
Yeah, if you drink it and your mouth is tingly, that might be it too. And I've only had that happen to me once, and it was some strawberry Keto Chow that I had mixed up the day before. My heavy cream was bad. That entire batch that I had mixed up was bad. Well, just like terrible. So there you go. Let's see. Saskia says, "Yeah, I think I'm close, or I am, or close."
Oh,
She's
yeah,
5'11".
I'm 5'9". You win.
Denise said someone in another chat group advised someone to do 20 grams of protein a day.
Oh,
I said if you're a child, yeah.
They're gonna not
20
be happy.
grams of protein, I think, is less than a newborn baby needs. Anyway, Fitz says, I haven't tried your bottles, but I use colored bottles to match what shake I'm using.
Oh, yeah.
Like a mint-colored bottle, it will be chocolate, mint, or pistachio. My yellow is lemon meringue or banana, etc. So I'm never surprised.
I like doing that, too. It always makes me happy.
I kind of like to just throw them in the fridge and just get the luck of the draw.
I don't.
Joe did that to Rachel once.
And she was thinking
She got chicken soup.
Yeah. Not the same. Not as good.
Yep. Aaron says I've been on the Carb Manager program 52075 for over a year. I do enjoy all the benefits of better hair, nails, skin, no more achy joints. I'm also rarely hungry. It's going to be an adjustment to increase my protein that much, but that means I can add another Keto Chow shake. Woo! Bonus. Thanks, guys.
Yep. Well, and you can take something else out. So if you're having a very big salad, have half a size of a salad.
Denise says, I would reply back to people, but I don't know how to highlight the name. So if you're on desktop, you just type a little at symbol and then start typing their name and it'll autocomplete. If you're on mobile, you have to type it out manually.
Yeah, it's mobile. It's hard.
And Dennis said, he quoted Dave Feldman and said, the runway for protein is wide. Yeah. You go over on the protein and your body's going to be fine. Sonia says, is there a significant difference in taste of the strawberry Keto Chow versus natural strawberry?
There is a difference.
Yeah. Okay. Is there a difference in flavor? No. There is not a difference in flavor.
There's a difference
There's a huge difference in taste.
Because it's the same strawberry flavor, but because of the sweetener, it tastes different.
Yep. The difference between the two is less than a tenth of a gram.
Yeah.
And one of them has sucralose, the other one has monk fruit. But there is a massive difference in how it tastes. So, yeah. And some people actually really like the natural strawberry. A lot of people do not. So it's interesting how different that is. Anyway, there you go. Well, I think we've gone on long enough. It's an hour and 30 minutes. So thank you, everybody, for joining us. Hope you had a great time with us. And
we're grateful that you were here.
We'll be back on tomorrow morning. So catch you later.
Bye.